All right, let's talk about compassion fatigue. We all know what physical fatigue is. It's something you probably experience a lot because you have a physically demanding job. But as a female first responder, at some point or another during your career, you are going to experience a level of compassion fatigue. And it often gets mixed up with burnout because the symptoms are very similar, the effects are very similar. But when we look at this in detail, when you are every single day in high stress situations, you are making decisions that are going to affect the lives of everybody around you, and everybody is relying on you to be the one to help people in the worst moments of their lives, that's going to take its toll on you. And sometimes your ability to actually be compassionate is going to tire. And what you'll notice is your physical body starts to suffer because your nervous system is massively affected. Your sleep will suffer. Your energy levels will drop. You will notice that your mental abilities start to shift. If your cognitive ability decreases, that's going to be hugely impactful on your ability to actually do your job. When you've got to make fast decisions that are affecting everybody around you, from the people in your team to the people who you are helping, you need to be on it. You need to be able to think clearly and with focus. And when you end up with compassion fatigue, you can't do that. Your behavior and your judgment becomes impaired. And if your judgment is impaired and you are then taking actions that are not useful, then that's going to have long-term repercussions. And of course, within that, you're going to start to change how you see the world. You're going to start to change how you see yourself because your ability to regulate your emotions and your worldview starts to shift. When that happens, you're not you anymore. And when you're not you, you lose your connection with the people around you. You lose your connection with your sense of purpose and the reason why you start doing that job in the first place. Your beliefs and your psychological perspective starts to shift, and you start to seek out sedation. And you start to try and make yourself feel better. And when you do that, more often than not, those means of feeling better are not the most useful. They're not the most beneficial. You end up feeling lost, hopeless, almost in a bit of an existential crisis. And that's all because we've not had the ability to actually regulate our nervous system and to deal consistently with the stresses of the work. If we have the ability to learn how to manage our physiology, so our physical body and everything in it, and our psychology, so our mind and our emotions, then we can learn how to actually recover from the work that we're doing and not end up in a state of compassion fatigue where we actually just struggle to do the job anymore. We can actually put ourselves in a position where we don't feel tired, we don't feel worn out. People actually inspire us and remind us why we do this job in the first place. We're no longer feeling like, what's the point? You know, we have that reignited sense of purpose. We feel energetic. We feel like what we're doing is worth it. It's making a difference. There's nothing worse than pursuing something and feeling like it was all for nothing. If we can do that, harness the psychology and the physiology, then that puts us ahead of everybody else because it allows us to do the work effectively and then recover in an aggressive manner that allows you to keep going without experiencing this compassion fatigue, without experiencing burnout, without experiencing all the other long-term side effects of being in constant stress all the time. So that two-prong approach of physiology, psychology is hugely important. And that's one of the things we work on in Project Tempest. So if you don't know already, my name is Celeste and I am a no BS mind coach with a mission to help female first responders using training tools and tactics so that you can actually thrive in your life and not just survive and go throughout the daily grind, doing the work, but not really loving what you're doing and loving your life. Now, I can help you with this. If you would like to make a start and you want to learn how to harness your physiology and your psychology for free over a 7-day training experience, then just drop the number 7 below and I can send that over to you. The Warriors Upgrade is a specific training experience designed to show you how to make the first steps towards doing this, give you some insight, and it will also give you some activities, some things to do so that you can actively train it. Because training is important. You know the importance of training. It's not just information, it's actively going and using that information and training yourself to upskill, to get better, and to learn to deal with these things. Because when you deal with the problems, you become able to pursue the possibilities of your future and of a better life. All that you need is the path in between that bridges the gap. And I'm offering that to you here for free, the Warriors Upgrade. So if you would like to get involved, you just drop the number 7 and I will send that through to you. Or you can drop me a line on Messenger saying that you want to get involved in it and I'll get that sorted out for you. In the meantime, I would love to know your experiences with compassion fatigue, if it's something you've gone through, or if you know someone that's gone through it, and what your methods are for dealing with that at the moment. So let me know and I will speak to you soon.